and welcome back to the USA English Podcast. Thanks for joining us. I'm Erica.
And I'm Marco. Great to have you here for another English practice session. Our mission is simple, to help you speak natural, real-world English in a fun and relaxed way.
Exactly. And today's topic is a super practical one. We're going to teach you how to communicate at a hotel in English. If you're traveling to an English-speaking country, you'll likely need these phrases, whether you're checking in, asking for help, ordering room service, or checking out.
That's right. We'll cover 100 essential phrases to make your hotel stay smooth and comfortable. We'll walk through real conversations, explain key vocabulary, and give you plenty of examples.
So if you find this helpful, please hit that like button. And if you're new here, subscribe and click the bell so you never miss a lesson.
Ready to become a hotel English pro? Let's dive in.
So Marco, how are you doing today?
I'm doing great, actually. This topic hits close to home because I just got back from a short trip last weekend. I stayed at a really nice hotel.
Oh yeah? Where did you go?
I went to the coast, about 3 hours from here, a beachfront hotel. Super relaxing. I really needed a break from work.
That sounds wonderful. I love hotels by the water. What did you do?
I got there Friday evening, checked in, and then just hung out by the pool. Saturday, I went to the beach, had lunch at the hotel restaurant, and finished with a massage at the spa. It was the perfect getaway.
That sounds like a dream weekend. I'm a little jealous. What about you? What did you get up to?
Me? Nothing exciting. I stayed in and watched movies. Funny thing though, I watched a film set in a hotel, and the main character had so much trouble because he couldn't speak English well. He couldn't ask for what he needed, got the wrong room, total chaos.
Oh no, that's exactly why lessons like this are so valuable.
Definitely. You know, the first time I traveled alone to an English-speaking country, I was so nervous about checking in. I practiced what I wanted to say for about 2 hours on the plane.
Really? What were you worried about?
I was afraid I wouldn't understand the receptionist or that I'd forget how to ask for things like extra towels or help with something not working.
I get that completely. But after today, you'll feel confident handling any hotel situation in English.
Absolutely. We'll make it simple and practical.
Let's jump into our main conversation about hotel English. Marco, you've stayed in quite a few hotels, right?
Yeah, quite a few for both work and vacation. Still, I always feel a little nervous. There's something about wanting everything to go perfectly.
I know what you mean. So let's start at the beginning. Check-in. When you walk into a hotel, you head to the reception desk.
Right. So what's your go-to line when you arrive?
I usually say something polite, like, "Hello, I have a reservation under the name Erica Chen."
That's perfect. Under the name, it means the reservation is saved in that name. You can also say, "I'd like to check in, please. My name is Erica Chen."
Exactly. And what if someone walks in without a reservation?
Then you'd say, "Do you have any rooms available?" Or, "I'd like to book a room for tonight." Available means free or not taken.
Right. Then the receptionist will likely ask how many nights or what type of room you want.
For nights, you'd say, "I'll be staying for 3 nights," or "Just 1 night, please." For room type, "I'd like a single room for 1 person," or "I need a double room for 2 people."
What's the difference between a double and a twin?
Good question. A double has 1 big bed for 2 people. A twin has 2 separate beds.
Oh, I made that mistake once with my brother. Booked a double by accident. Sharing one bed was so awkward.
Oh no, that's why vocabulary matters. There's also a suite, a bigger, fancy room with a separate living area.
Usually more expensive, too. After you choose the room, what's next?
They'll usually ask for your passport and credit card and maybe say, "Could you fill out this registration form?"
Right, and while you're filling it out, they might give you info about breakfast, the pool, gym, etc.
Exactly. If they don't, it's good to ask. Is breakfast included? What time is breakfast? Or do you have a gym?
Then they give you your room key, usually a key card, and tell you your room number and how to get there.
After that, you head to your room. But what if something's wrong?
Then you call the front desk. You can say, "Hello, this is room 305. The air conditioning isn't working," or "There are no towels in the bathroom."
And they'll usually say, "I'll send someone up right away." If the room is really bad, you can ask, "Could I change rooms, please? This one is too noisy."
What about room service?
I love room service. You call and say, "I'd like to order breakfast, please." They'll ask for your room number and take your order.
And when the food arrives, they'll knock and say, "Room service for room 305. You can tip them and say, "Here you go, keep the change."
Housekeeping is another key service. If you need extra pillows or hangers, you call and say, "Could I have some extra pillows, please?"
And if you don't want to be disturbed, you hang the "Do Not Disturb" sign outside your door.
For laundry, you can ask, "How does the laundry service work?" Or, "Is there a laundromat nearby?"
And if you need recommendations, the concierge is super helpful. You can say, "Can you recommend a good restaurant nearby?"
They can also help with tickets, taxis, and tours.
Then comes checkout. You go to the front desk and say, "I'd like to check out, please."
They'll give you the bill. Look it over. If something's wrong, say, "Excuse me, I think there's a mistake."
After you pay, you get a receipt, return your key card, and they'll say, "We hope you enjoyed your stay."
And you reply, "Thank you. Everything was wonderful."
There are also a few extra situations, like extending your stay. "I'd like to extend my stay for 2 more nights."
Or storing luggage. "Can I leave my luggage here until my flight?"
You can also request a wake-up call. "I'd like a wake-up call at 7 a.m., please."
And if you lose something, call the hotel and ask, "I think I left my phone charger in room 305. Did housekeeping find it?"
That covers so much. Let's go over some key vocabulary.
First, reservation, a booking you make in advance.
Check in, to register when you arrive. Check out, to leave and pay.
Receptionist, the person at the front desk.
Available, free or not occupied.
Amenities, features and services that add comfort, like a pool or free Wi-Fi.
Housekeeping, the team that cleans rooms.
Invoice, a detailed bill.
Concierge, a staff member who helps with reservations and recommendations.
Valet parking, someone parks your car for you.
Extend, to make longer, like your stay.
And luggage, your bags and suitcases.
Now let's wrap up with a quick recap.
We started with check-in, saying you have a reservation, giving your passport, and asking about breakfast or checkout times.
Then we covered room types: single, double, twin, and suite.
We also talked about handling room problems, ordering room service, and using housekeeping.
We discussed hotel amenities like Wi-Fi, the gym, and the pool, and how the concierge can help.
Finally, we covered checkout, reviewing the bill, paying, and returning the key.
See? When you break it down, it's not so hard.
Not at all. Just stay polite, speak clearly, and don't be afraid to ask questions.
Now we'd love to hear from you. Our question of the day: what's your favorite hotel amenity and why?
I'll go first. Mine is the swimming pool. After a long day of meetings or sightseeing, it's so refreshing to jump in and relax.
I like pools too, but my favorite is free Wi-Fi. I need it to check maps, book things, and stay in touch with family.
Good point. Everyone has different preferences. So viewers, let us know in the comments. Is it the spa, the breakfast buffet, the gym, or something else?
My favorite amenity is the breakfast buffet because I love trying local dishes.
We read every comment, and it helps us create better lessons for you.
And it's great writing practice too.
Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed this lesson, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't already.
Click the bell so you don't miss our next video. We upload every day with practical English lessons.
Keep practicing, keep going. Every step brings you closer to fluency.
We believe in you. Have a great day, wherever you are.
Take care, and we'll see you next time.
Bye, everyone.